All right, guys, good morning. You know what? The Ring the Peak Discovery Tour, it is underway. We're going on a hike with hiker Bob coming up next.
6:45 this Friday morning, and it's a great day for a hike.
It sure is. We told Lauren to go ahead and take one, yeah. But don't worry, she'll be back, and she is live and local right now with the Ring the Peak Adventure Team in Manitou Springs. Lauren, good morning to you.
Good morning. That's right. You guys did tell me to take a hike. That is exactly what we're doing this morning here with Susan Davies with the Trails and Open Spaces Coalition right here in the Pikes Peak region. Also, Friends of the Peak, part of this Discover the Peak Tour.
Absolutely.
Discovery Tour.
Exactly. We want folks to come out and discover and learn about the Ring the Peak Trail, which actually 80% of it is already finished. So today we're going to get on the Inman Trail, head in the direction of Red Rock, take a little piece of the Iron Mountain Trail, and all those are existing segments of the Ring the Peak Trail. So we're hoping people come out and learn about the trail that already exists and get excited about the fact that we're working on finishing the final gap.
You got to close the gap. Now, once the gap is closed, it is going to be a full ring around Pikes Peak, correct? Over 60 miles long.
63 miles long. Probably not something you and I are going to hike in one day.
No,
but you maybe could mountain bike it if you were in incredible shape. You could take a horse on it. It will be a multi-use trail, and that's why during this month there's going to be a horseback ride, there's going to be a mountain bike ride, and then there's going to be one more hike at the end of the month for people to come out and experience their Ring the Peak Trail.
Totally free to the public, and if people are not experienced hikers, they can come out with you, the professionals, and get on the trails and really see some beautiful things. Now, what are some of the things we're going to see today?
Well, today is going to be lovely. We're going to see some great views of Manitou, some great views of the city. You know, if you go to the very top of Iron Mountain, it's really, really very beautiful. It's one of our probably most recent trails that was built just in the last few years. So again, it's just getting people out, getting them active. You know, we're seeing people show up now and just really enjoying the fact that so much hiking we have is here, and it's all over around the peak.
Very cool. Well, I am so excited. We are going to try our best to complete this little portion of the trail today. I've got on the sneaks, I got on the sweater,
Do you have your water?
I've got the layers, I do have the Dasani water bottle, and I am ready to hike this trail. Guys, we're going to be checking in with you all morning long. It's going to be a lot of fun. For now, we'll send it back to you.
When I think outdoors, I think Susan Davies. Nobody else.
Of course,
yes, Lauren.
yes.
All right, thank you so much. All right, it is now 6:48. Let's go ahead and talk.
Hey guys, good morning. We are soaking up the beauty of the Pikes Peak region. Coming up, the incline is closed, but we're going to tell you a different trail you can take to get your fix. That's coming up next.
Right now, calling on hikers, cyclists, and equestrians. It's time to explore the trails in the Pikes Peak region.
Lauren McDonald right now has her hiking boots on. She's live and local on the Inman Trail with a group that's always excited about the outdoors and telling us more. Lauren, good morning.
That's morning. Good morning, Abby and Craig. Let me tell you, I dressed like an onion this morning, and I'm sure glad I did. One layer has already come off. You get hiking and it gets hot. I am here with hiking Bob. He is leading the way this morning on the Inman Trail. We are talking about Ring the Peak Trail Discovery Tour. This is the kickoff today, Bob. Yep. You are an avid hiker. People that hike know you in the Pikes Peak region.
Yep.
Tell me what you love so much about hiking.
You know, it's just a matter of getting outdoors and enjoying being outside. Nice clean air that we have here in the Pikes Peak region. Many trails to go on. You don't have to get very far away from Colorado Springs, and you can find all kinds of trails, and you can keep just going further and further back into Colorado and finding more and more trails to go on.
How much do you love the incline?
A little bit.
I'm the same way. Now, a lot of people do this incline every single day. It's closed right now. We know they're repairing the last portion of it. Should be done by December. But you have a trail that's an alternative for people where they can get that incline fix. So tell me about that.
There's a couple of different places you can go. The Columbine Trail in North Cheyenne Canyon Park is a good one. It's not as steep, but it's a 4-mile, depending where you start, either the bottom or midway up. It's either 3 or 4 miles each way to go up there. A fair amount of elevation gain. It's got some ups and downs in it. So that's a really nice trail you can do. One of my favorites, if you really want something tough to work out, is on the Air Force Academy, is Eagle Peak, and it's near the Visitor Center, so visitors can go there. Access depends on what's going on at the academy at the time, but that is a really strenuous hike, and the reward is there's some gorgeous views when you get to the top of that. So that's a really nice hike to do. Up in Monument, you can do the Mount Herman Trail, very popular trail, not very long, but it's got a little bit of steepness to it, and great views when you get to the top of there too. So my thing is I like to do a tough trail, but I want a nice view. I want to pay off when I get there. Those trails all have nice views.
I hear you. Hiker Bob knows it all, and people can get more information about hiking in the Pikes Peak region by visiting your website.
Yep, hikingbob.com. There's a link to my columns at The Independent where you can look at all the other suggestions I've had for hiking trails.
Very cool. Hiking Bob is going to be with us all morning long. We're talking about trail safety, hiking by yourself, fall foliage trails that are good to have. Speaking of beautiful views, I know Trent walked over there and showed you guys the great view of Manitou Springs. We are on the Intimate Trail, and we are heading around the loop, about 4 miles total, right?
Yep.
All right, guys, we are going to check back in a little bit later. Hopefully, I still am making it.
I was going to say, Lauren's getting beat up this week.
She is, but she's a trooper. She hangs in there. And this is a nice option, too, because the incline's closed.
Hey, guys, hi-ho, up the trail we go. We are live and local in Manitou talking about Ring the Peak Trail Discovery Tour kicking off today. We'll see you guys after the break.
In the area, but would like to learn more, there is a local group who wants to help you out.
Yeah, the Trails and Open Space Coalition is a great resource for all outdoor activities, and right now Lauren McDonald is hanging out with them, taking a hike. They are near Manitou. Let's go to her right now. Lauren, good morning. Where are you? Ooh, that's pretty.
Good morning, guys. Yeah, we're right in the middle of the Inman Trail. You can actually see Garden of the Gods. Trent is showing you a beautiful view this morning out here. A little bit hazy, but not too bad. Here with Susan Davies with Trails and Open Spaces Coalition right here in Colorado Springs. Susan, September, a great time for people to get out and hike.
I would say it's one of the best months because we don't get the afternoon thunderstorms anymore, so you don't have to worry about lightning. The temperature is perfect. The leaves will soon start changing. It just doesn't get any better.
Right, exactly. And for those of you who don't hike very often, guess what? Trails and Open Spaces Coalition, they want to get you out and hiking on these trails. You guys have a lot of events coming up as part of the Ring the Peak Trail Discovery Tour. Tell me about what's going on.
You said that perfectly. It is a mouthful. So what we're doing is this entire month, we're inviting the public. Come on out and hike with us. We hiked this morning. We're going to do another hike at the end of the month. There's also going to be a horseback ride. Bring your horse, join us, and then a mountain bike ride. All of it on segments of existing Ring the Peak Trail.
Right. And what would you say, what is the hiking community like here? Could it be stronger? Is it very strong? Do you think a lot of people don't know about all these trails out here?
Well, just remember, we have a lot of folks that come here to work at Fort Carson, or maybe they go to school out here. So there are a lot of people that come here and they're like, so where do I go hiking? And oh my gosh, there are just so many choices. But the Inman Trail is a great place to start, and it is a piece of the Ring the Peak Trail.
Ring the Peak Trail expected to be done, completed fully in about 5 years?
About 5 years. We're right in the middle of a planning process. We have one gap to finish. The good news is 80% of it is done, but there is an area right around Cripple Creek and Victor that we need to finish the gap, and so we're planning for it, getting in alignment, and then we'll start building.
About 8 miles to complete that ring. Then it's going to be over 60 miles around Pikes Peak. You guys are going to be able to go all the way to Cripple Creek. I just recommend wearing the right shoes. I have tennis shoes on this morning, and I'm slipping and sliding all over the place. We're still having a great time out here. Thank you for inviting us, Susan.
Oh, thanks for coming.
We're going to talk about some of the prettiest places to hike this fall, plus trail safety coming up in a little bit.
What an amazing trail, 60 miles around Pikes Peak.
Craig's
That's incredible.
Getting tired just thinking about
I
hiking
am.
to
I'm
Cripple
exhausted. That's right.
is
All right.
far.
Lauren, thanks.
7:45.
Wow.
For those of you just joining us, here are some of the big news stories we're following right now coming up.
What is coming up?
Good morning. From the ground to the sky and from your head to your toes, Hiking Bob has you covered when it comes to trail safety. He's given us some tips coming up after the break.
Now,
It's time to explore the trails in the Pikes Peak region.
that's right. Lauren McDonald has her hiking boots on and is live and local right now on the Intimate Trail with a rock star in the outdoor local scene. So good morning, Lauren, and Hiking Bob.
Good morning, Hiking Bob. Let me tell you something. He is the man when it comes to any kind of trail in the Pikes Peak region. We are talking about trail safety right now, and I'm getting my steps in this morning. I got the wrong shoes on. We're going to talk about that in a second, but what's your first tip for us when it comes to trail safety?
One of the first things to know is where you're at and where you're going. So like look at the sign over here on the Ring the Peak Trail. It's what we're talking about today mostly. they have arrows that are different colors. So on this side, you see the green arrow. That means you're going counterclockwise on the Ring the Peak Trail. On the opposite side, the arrow is brown. That means you're going clockwise. So if you're on the Ring the Peak Trail and you're not sure which direction you're going, you look at the arrow. Big thing is if you're looking at brown and all of a sudden you're looking at green, somewhere you got turned around. So you may want to just reevaluate where you're going. But the key is to always know your surroundings and where you're at.
Very nice. All right, let's keep hiking, my friend. So, when it comes to boots, head to the toes. That's the first thing that's very important, is the proper foot gear.
I personally like higher topped boots for ankle support. Some people like lower ones, but you want something that's good support, it gives you support on your feet and has decent traction so that when you're sliding around the scree, this loose gravel and stuff, you don't lose your traction, slip and fall.
And I know everybody can get all the info and safety info on your website, Hiking Bob, but if somebody's going out for a short hike, you say it's important to always be overly prepared no matter what distance the hike you're going on is.
Well, anything can happen while you're on a trail. You can twist an ankle, you can slip and hurt your knee and not be able to move. So you want to be prepared that you may have to spend more time than you had planned being on the trail. Because it's going to take a while for first responders to get to you, even if you're close to town like we are today.
Very nice. All right, let's talk about wildlife. A little bit scared about that. Bears, mountain lions, anything that is very ferocious out here. This is their home.
Yep.
So, they have every right to be mad for you coming into their territory.
Sure.
So what do you do when you see an animal like that?
Well, the big thing is first give them their space. Don't crowd them. Don't get too close to them. Give them their space. Back away from them. Make yourself look big. Make a lot of noise. Hold your arms up. If you have hiking poles, hold them up. I have a whistle that I carry with me. Blow the whistle. It's very loud. It's very shrill. They don't like that kind of noise, and that's going to keep them away. Most times, that's going to work for you. One thing you don't want to do is look them in the eye, or you don't want to turn around and run because then you look like prey. So back up, make a lot of noise, look big, and just give them their space. They really don't want to be with people, and they'll try to avoid you as much as they can.
You should act like a little dog, right? Act like you're bigger than you are. That's what most little dogs do.
Most little dogs do the same thing, but you don't want them to think you're a little dog because then they look like lunch to them. So
exactly.
Look big. Yep.
All right, guys, we are finishing up our hike. We're gonna turn around, head back, but still we have fall foliage trails that you are gonna want to go on this fall. It is September. It is pretty much fall here in Colorado. Leaves are gonna start changing soon, so we want to make sure we get all that information. Plus, we're gonna tell you all about the opening of this new Ring Trail here in Colorado Springs.
It's something for sure. Yeah, Lauren,
definitely.
thanks.
And I'm excited to hear about those fall trails. I love watching the leaves change. 8:20.
That's right. Good morning, guys. You know what? Outdoor enthusiasts across the Pikes Peak region are coming together to complete the ring. We're going to tell you how you can get involved on all the action coming up next.
It is, and we said, Lauren, go take one. Yes, so she did. She's great about that, yes. She is live and local right now on the west side and taking us out somewhere you might not know where it is. Let's go ahead and check it out right now. Lauren, good morning to you.
Good morning. That's right, Craig. I follow directions. You guys tell me what to do, and I do it. That's what we do here on Fox 21 local news right now in the morning. And you know what? It is time to put a ring on it. We're not talking about your left hand. We're talking about around Pikes Peak here with Susan Davies and Hiking Bob. Susan Davies, we are talking about the Peak Trail. Ring the Peak Trail. Tell everybody what this is and why it's so exciting.
Well, what's exciting is you have a group like Friends of the Peak, which has responsible for doing 80% of the ring. They've either built it or put it together, whatever, and then working with the Trails and Open Space Coalition, we're going to finish it. We've got a plan going forward right now where we have folks that are looking at where the alignment makes sense over in the Cripple Creek Victor area. 8 Mile Gap has to be done, so we're studying it now. But before that, we want everybody to celebrate the fact that so much of the trail is completed. And you know it as an Intamin Trail, or you know it as the Palmer Loop Trail, or you know it as something in Red Rock. Just all over our area, we have segments of the Ring the Peak Trail that people can come and use, and you can do it on a horse, you can do it on a mountain bike, or you can do it like we're doing today, hiking, where they told you to take a hike, right? They told you
exactly. Told me to take a hike, and that's what we did. And there's a lot of segments on this trail that many people don't know about. It is fall. It is a beautiful time to get outdoors. Hiking Bob, you're the man when it comes to knowing where to go any time of the year. Fall's a great time to hike, so tell us what are some of the best trails right now.
Well, some of the best trails along the Ring the Peak, if you take off the Crags Trail, which comes off the Ring the Peak Trail, is a great spot for fall colors. If you go a little further there's the trail through Horse Thief Horse Thief Park, which is really a great fall colors area. If you want to go just across the road, Mueller State Park, beautiful place for fall color, especially the north end of the park is just gorgeous. In about another 2 or 3 weeks, it's going to be really nice to be up there for fall colors.
Hiking Bob, tell everybody where they can get your info, because you do podcasts. You have a full website with all kinds of information for free to the public.
Yep, hikingbob.com, links to my columns at the Indy, links to my podcast, links to all kinds of information, plus contact me if you have any questions. Just give me drop a quick email to me and I'll be glad to answer any questions.
If you're ready to hit the trails, he's your guy. All right, Susan Davies, Trails and Open Spaces Coalition and Friends of the Peak. How can people get involved in those organizations if they want to help complete this ring?
Well, you can find it on the website, and if you go to trailsandopenspace.org, you will find a list of all these great discovery tours that we're going to be doing for the rest of the month. So join up. It's free. You got to bring your own horse. That's the only thing. But we'd love to have you come along. And then you can also stay on top of the process. You can come to meetings and you can help us come up with the right alignment that makes the users happy, that makes the people that live over in that area happy. At the end of the day, we want a fantastic trail that attracts people from all over the world.
That's right. And you know what? If you don't have a horse, don't worry. You can still just walk on your feet. Just make sure you get some hiking boots, right, Hiker Bob? Don't wear the tennis shoes.
Get some good boots.
Yeah, thank you guys so much for inviting us out this morning. It has been a lot of fun. Found some trails that I was unaware of, so it's really nice to see that. And remember, the leaves are going to start changing, so guys, get out here and enjoy the beautiful atmosphere that we have here in Colorado Springs. For now, we'll send it back to you.
What a gorgeous view.
Yeah, and Lauren, you've done such a great job following directions, but come on back. We don't want you to hike around the whole ring yet, especially because it's not done. So get on back here. We miss you.
I'll be back.
All right, sounds good.
All right.
Thank you.
Well, this just into the newsroom here.